Hey, Tubes. Jonathan's running a truth and budget. Just something real quick. Um, War. What is it good for? Murdering your best and brightest. Now, uh, there is egos on the world stage, but no war goes down without everyone coming to an agreement that all right, we need to liquidate some people, which is all it is. Because they're the people that would help society. They're the gung ho. They're the dogs. You know how a dog's like ready to go and undaunted. Like a good dog. That's your typical soldier, ready to go, gung ho. Nothing gets them down. Ready. What do we send them to die in some mud pit in the middle of nowhere over nothing? All those people that go into the military, well, not all of them, but a great deal of them, the people with that sort of mindset, would be the best people for society, because what we're left with is just the total mush heads that don't care about anything, that don't try to do anything well, that don't care if they do anything well, or think that they're the greatest in the world anyway, because they're delusional. So that's what we're left with. Anyone industrious, hardworking, undaunted, ready to go, looking for stuff to do, they die in wars, and we're left with the hippies and the boomers and think of every every cultural movement and how it sucks and how they're lamer and suckier and just more dependent on the government and just pathetic. Like, we have these we need to go to the government and have them fix things for us type of people. That's the whole liberal movement. That's the basis of the liberal movement. Hey, you're in charge. Fix stuff for us because we're whiny babies. But so yeah, no one benefits from no one actually benefits from war. All the only real benefit, like I said, is you get rid of those risky part of your population. People that are hard to control, that would help society become better. I've personally known a few World War II vets, and they're some of the they're superhumans. There was a whole generation of those kids who died in the mud, who died in the South Pacific or whatever, over nothing, over literally nothing. Nothing. They just carved up more of Europe. We got the UN in. We got NATO. We got all these. That was the purpose of all of it. So I guess not for nothing. Well, nothing for us. We don't benefit ever. So how does society benefit from war? It doesn't, right? I was giving you time to think of something. What? Settle disputes? I'm pretty sure we can think of a better way to settle disputes. Heck, the ancient warriors could think of a better way to settle disputes. That's where champions come from. We'll have our champion fight your champion. Whoever wins, that's the end of it. Everyone goes home alive. We're always told how brutal ancient warfare was. No. Yeah, it was brutal in the way that was an axe and a club and a spear, but way less people died. Infinitely less people died. Even in the largest, unless it was like a huge naval battle, or the very, very, very few massive, Roman Carthaginian engagements. But for the most part, wars were small. They were little skirmishes. Few people would die and you'd go home. That's why so many of when they dig up these warriors, they have all these injuries. Of different states of healing, because you were surviving battles. Most people were surviving battles. Why would you wouldn't go out and do it if you were going to die? If the chances, if you had a 7 out of 10 chance of dying every time you went to war, no one would do it. Which is why they had black powder and all that stuff during the Napoleonic warfare. Because if the soldiers could actually see what was going on, they would get the hell out of there, because it's stupid. They were just standing in lines, killing each other. For who benefited from that? Who there's there's no earthly winner in war other than, the man himself. You know who I'm talking about. What is it? War Pigs, Satan laughing spreads his wings. There's truth every now and again in some Black Sabbath lyrics. I like, Ozzy when he's doing the live version of Crowley, Mr. Crowley, and he's like, "Can you hear me, you mother iffy?" He's like swearing, like, "You got me into this garbage, you prick." But yeah, and then he goes into Mr. Crowley. "You had so much to teach me." But anyway, blah 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 blah. So just think about that. Why would the whole nonsense with Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, blah 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 blah. Wars and rumors of wars. That's a thing, but don't think for a second that there's a noble cause. Don't think for a second that anytime, don't think, oh, we got to stop another Hitler. Hitler was in on it. Hitler was a patsy, which is why he went full paranoid and lost his crap during the end of World War II, because he knew that everyone had burned him and he was alone. And prior to that, he was the golden child. Everyone was telling him he was going to rule the world. He was the King Mystic. He was the new Midas. He was the new what's the guy's name? Doesn't matter. Anyway, everyone was trumping him up, and then they burned him because he served his purpose. He successfully contacted the other side. Demons being demons, chose to hook up with the winners, which were the Americans. And all of our current space warfare, psychological, all that stuff is from the Nazis. That's where we're at now. We got second, third generation Nazi scientists running everything. But it's Nazi. It's all the same. Doesn't matter. It's all titles. It's all the same groups. If you're an Odd Fellow, if you're a Freemason, if you're those guys that drive tiny cars, and it's no different. It's all the same. You'll see that they all serve the same masters. They all got different. They're part of different clubs because they specialize in different things. It's the same thing as the military. It's why they find all these Satanists in the military all the time. Who was that guy from the Munsters? He played the little kid in the Munsters. Look into that. He became a colonel and was into some dark stuff because Hollywood. Over 8 minutes somehow. That's about it. Like I said, the purpose of war is to take your best and your brightest, your most capable, and kill them. No one benefits. No one has ever benefited. Except, Israel. Anyway, love you guys. Have a beautiful day and God bless you.